Hello, everybody. It's Alex Shevchenko here. I'm the CEO of Aurora Labs. Joining here this AMA session with you, everyone who is watching this video live. I would like to go around, like to talk a little bit about the things that were happening in Aurora in the past 24 hours or something like that. So you are absolutely free to ask any of your questions. I have seen that quite a lot of questions are already popping up in the Twitter and also in the YouTube. Before I'm going to go directly into answering the questions, actually, I would like to start with a quick review of what was happening over the previous previous, I don't know how much, multiple hours, right? I can say. So quite a lot of hours, let me say like that. So and first of all, just to make sure that we are on the same page, let me share with you one thing. I'm going to share with you the Twitter, and I highly encourage everyone to go and see in my profile, see the pinned tweet about the emergency update to all Aurora users with the explanations, because all of the major questions are answered in this tweet with all of the major things and what was happening. There are quite a lot of subtweets there with many different things covered. However, in case you have not read it, or in case you would like to get more in-depth explanation what was happening, let me do it for you. Over the previous week, we have seen that there is an increase in demand of the Aurora blockchain, and this demand was caused by legitimate users of the newly fresh launched application, which is called Moonflower Farmers. And this application is a game, and because of the free transactions on Aurora, people were able, to use this game quite a lot without paying anything for the transactions. The game mechanics is very intense in terms of the transactions that are sent to the blockchain. And literally users are able to legitimately generate quite a lot of transactions that are going to the Aurora blockchain. And in the weekend, the amount of transactions was actually causing quite a high load on the Aurora blockchain. So literally users of Moonflower Farmers were spamming around 80% of all the transactions that were coming to Aurora. And we started to get to the moment where all Aurora blocks were filled. At that moment, we decided that we need to react somehow, and we need to understand how to. And we need to create a war room. We did it, and we started to discuss different solutions to the problem, right? Aurora is a decentralized blockchain, right? So, as you know, the RPC that is provided by a centralized entity, which is Aurora Labs. And we decided that it will be a little bit strange to, for example, ban a particular application, which is a legitimate application, on the Aurora blockchain. It will not be fair. It will not be, dictated in a decentralized way, I would say. And that's why we were not thinking of the solutions like just banning the transactions that are coming to a specific smart contract on the Aurora blockchain, though we potentially we were able to do it. But we wanted to presume the openness of the Aurora blockchain to everyone, except for people that are actually bots, that are not people, right? That are spamming us with the transactions that are trying to attack our blockchain, and these people are actually getting banned. So unfortunately, because of this usage, the only solution to the problem was to introduce gas fees. At that moment in time, when this decision was made, the Aurora was experiencing the full load, and the Aurora shard, which is a dedicated shard of the Near blockchain, was occupied at full capacity. And by the way, Aurora RPC was working absolutely great. There were no problems with the RPC per se. There were no problems detected on the Near blockchain, which shows the robustness of the Aurora technology and Near technology. So I can tell to you that that we are pretty pleased with this literally stress test incoming to Aurora, and it was showing us pretty good results. I can tell you that over the last week, Aurora was serving more than around 1.5 billion requests to the RPC, and we're pretty good that our infrastructure is capable of taking this, and we're capable of having this load. But the problem with the working on at a peak load is that because of the architecture, the Aurora and Near at the moment doesn't have the queue of the unconfirmed transactions, or like the pool of the unconfirmed transactions. And because of this, random user transactions are going to be discarded in case the blockchain is working at a top performance, which will cause a pretty substantial degraded performance of the or degraded user experience. That will be seen the following way. The user comes to an application on Aurora, tries to send a transaction, everything is working okay, MetaMask is showing correct information, 0 fees, user sends the transaction and it fails. User tries to send another transaction and it fails. User tries to send the transactions the third time and it succeeds. So it will be a very, bad kind of point of view on the the way how the network is working, and obviously it is not the service that Aurora is supposed to deliver to the users, right? That's not a right way how the blockchain network should work, right? Introducing the gas fees is a natural way how to limit this kind of behavior in the networks, including Near blockchain, in case the blocks are getting full and they are getting, there are quite a lot of transactions are incoming, the gas price goes up naturally. And because people start to compete for the block space, they provide higher gas prices. And because of this, naturally, miners of the networks, they are choosing these transactions over the other transactions, and this is the way how the transactions are naturally ordered in the blockchains, right? So, so the gas, introducing the gas mechanism there is actually the introduction of this some kind of auction of what transactions are incoming, what are left outside. At the moment, there is no gas price auction, neither in Aurora nor in Near. And we needed to have a more or less fast and short-term solution to allow for this load and to give an ability to everyone to continue using all of the different applications that are working on Aurora, but under the same rules. That's why the decision was made to introduce the fees. Now, I understand that lots of people are having quite a lot of complaints about the speed of the introduction of the changes, and we introduced the changes in around 1 hour or something like that. In general, that's from one point of view pretty quick. From the other points of view, in case we would be introducing the changes in 24 hours, but within these 24 hours, you would not be able to simply use Aurora and to swap your tokens from, I don't know, for example, Aurora tokens to ETH to pay for the base fee. and you will be spamming again the network, and people are going to spam the network with additional transactions. I do not feel, do not see it as a solution actually, right? So this kind of thing would not improve any of the user experience there, right? So now we are coming to the topic: what is going to happen in future, right? What we are going to, how we are going to continue from this situation. So first of all, I can tell to you that the gas price for Aurora RPC was reduced once again, and it is now 0.03 GVE. So the reduction, like X3 reduction, happens. And it means that the natural amount of balance of ETH that you need to have in your account in order to send the transactions and confirm the transactions in MetaMask is below $1. So I hope that will be super simple and super good visual kind of thing that you would be able to see, while the actual transaction cost that will be deducted from your account will be less than 2 cents. So that's also pretty important, and this is what you're going to experience in Aurora. And by saying the transaction cost, I mean the transaction of a Uniswap style swap. So this is going to be around 2 cents. I need to also say that after this reduction, Aurora Labs is still subsidizing something like 90% of the fees that users are actually taking. So with this gas price, user is actually paying around 10% of the fee of their transaction execution on the Mirror blockchain. And Aurora Labs is covering another 90%, right? So still transactions on Aurora with this reduction are going to be lower in cost in comparison to the same near transactions, right? So please also make sure that you understand this, and you're working right now with lower fees, right? The fees are not going to go away anytime soon. So the fees are going to be in Aurora network from now on, in general, forever, as just in the ordinary blockchain. The fees are, and I'm talking right now about the public endpoint that is going to serve anyone. The fees will be the method to protect the network from spamming of the transactions, and they are going to be kept relatively low. Now, as I was mentioning, we have an additional project. I cannot share many of the details about it. I will not be able to answer in-depth questions about it, but we are working right now on a solution that will provide everyone the personalized experience of working with Aurora. We are working on a solution that will give personalized transaction rates or gas prices to all of the Aurora users. And a piece that is in this, that we are developing in this solution is also, there is a piece about the free transactions. So according to our simulations and according to our research, we would be able to supply free transactions like to 80% of the users of Aurora. People who are not sending lots of transactions, people who are not just occasionally use Aurora, and not just force clicking through some kind of games, right? So to these people, they can expect that in some time from now, I'm talking about weeks, in some weeks, they would be able to get back their free transactions. We fully understand that some of the users are right now trapped in Aurora blockchain, and they do not have enough Ether in order to perform even a single transaction, because they were not thinking that they would need to have Ether. And because of this, they are not able to work with their money. So for all of these people, tomorrow, we are going to launch a faucet of Ether. All of these people will be able to get a little bit of ETH from us, and these ETH will be just enough to cover several transactions, including the transactions of buying more ETH, right? To pay for the transactions. So everyone are going to be unblocked starting tomorrow. So please follow the updates in Twitter, and please follow the updates on the Aurora website. You will see that faucet there, and you will be able to claim a little bit of ETH. Yeah, I feel your pain. I feel, and that's why we're launching this faucet. It's going to be short-lived. We don't expect it to be, a long-term thing available. But this is something that will be there. These are the major things. Yeah, I would like also to mention one additional thing. Later in our roadmap, on the horizon of half a year or something like that, we have a solution that will actually make these kind of problems for the network solved by default. I'm saying, and I'm naming these problems, I'm saying that these problems are about launching of a specific application that can bring lots of problems to the execution of third-party applications, right? So we have a solution that can help elevate this problem, but it is a little bit longer in the run. So if you are supporting Aurora, if you're interested in the long-term development of Aurora, then in the second half of this year, you will see something fascinating that will bring this interesting piece of functionality also available to everybody. Now, I'm going to read through all of the questions, and I know that people are sending quite a lot of the questions. And I see that 80 people are watching this video right now. So super cool. Thanks for being with us. And let's go. I'm going to answer all of the questions. I will try my best to make sure that all of the questions are answered. And I will probably start with the questions that are there in Twitter, because some of the people already started to ask questions there. So give me just 1 second. Opening my Twitter. So there is one question for clarification. Is this current GUI fee introduction temporary fix, or we have officially entered into the GUI fee of Aurora? We are entering the GUI fee of Aurora. The gas price is not going to become zero for the public endpoints. With the release of the new thing, of the new product, what I was mentioning, this kind of thing is going to be elevated, and many people are going to get free transactions back. When will be zero gas fees for not in the short term? Will the Aurora network be gasless again? Yes, it will for the majority of the users, but not for the power users. Are there any plans to scale the Aurora network and raise the transactions per second? Thanks. Yes, near core team, or like I'm saying, near core, but it's not only near core, it's near core and near contract runtime teams. And also Aurora Labs team are working in a close cooperation for multiple months right now. increasing the performance of Aurora, right? There are multiple things that are in development that are going to multiple small pieces that are in the development that are going to increase the performance of Aurora, right? And we would be able to have more transactions happening on Aurora, right? So so yeah, there is a work in that direction. The network fees will be paid in Aurora or near. So probably the question is whether we are planning to change the base token. At the moment, there is no plan to change the base token and keep it as it is right now. The main reason for having ETH as a base token is the compatibility with Ethereum, right? One of our main points in the development of Aurora, we would like to keep the experience of Aurora absolutely the same as the experience of using Ethereum. And we also do not want to change the base token, right? We want to keep it ETH, so people see all of the usual, gas prices, and they can see that, okay, in Ethereum, the gas price is 100 Gwei, while in Aurora is 0.03, right? It's like 3,000, no, or yeah, 3,000 times less, which, makes a very, straightforward and very fast reaction on whether this transaction is has high cost or doesn't have high cost, right? So from that point of view, we wanted to keep it, and there are multiple additional reasons why keeping ETH as a base token. However, I can say that I've seen that lots of people are asking these questions right now. Probably I would encourage the community to go to forum.aurora.dev and raise this question and discuss it there, because this is the governance forum for Aurora. The initial idea was to have this full compatibility, but if you would like to discuss it, if you would like to make it as an open discussion, I encourage you to do it. We're absolutely open to any of the ideas. So these were the questions from the Twitter. Maybe there are some others, but in case you have been writing in Twitter, please duplicate it in the YouTube. So let me open right now the questions in the YouTube. Yeah, why short notice? Was Aurora on the brink of collapse? Was this handled effectively in your view? What is happening behind the scenes to on-ramp DeFi? Why are you giving grants to low-qual forks? Okay, lots of the questions. And I explained to you about the short notice, I believe. Was Aurora on the brink of collapse? I cannot say that, right? We have been observing the way how our RPC has been working together with Near blockchain. No problems except for the poor user experience, right? So the tech is, as I said, the tech is pretty robust, and I'm pretty happy how it was working. Was this handled effectively? From the standpoint of my team and how everybody have been reacting on the things, I can say it was good, more or less. I cannot say that it was good. Like we for sure able to improve. And first of all, it is about the foreseeing and making the communication a little bit beforehand. Though, like we were not able to do so. This thing can be improved, right? So I'm with you, and given longer notice that something like that can happen, it will be obviously much better way of dealing with this stuff. With regard to the low quality forks, I'm not sure what you're referring to here. Sorry, I'm not in charge of allocation of the grants. How is Aurora addressing ETH scaling issues with the fees are higher than Polygon? So this is going to be solved with these additional products that I was mentioning before. What's up with the RPC issues? There are no RPC issues at the moment. As I said, RPC was serving 1.5 billion requests over the previous week. There were no errors inside of the RPC. VPN needed to use many reporting IPs being blacklisted. Yes, we are blacklisting IPs, and after the rollout of the gas fees, now we turned off the blacklisting in case you're not overusing. So all of the bans are removed right now. In case you're not overusing, you're not spamming our RPCs with the excessive requests that are not generated by MetaMask or something, and you just created a script that just spams us with the requests. So there is a protection of the DDoS attacks. There is there, and from the read requests. So these are still protected. So in case you're not overusing it, you will be able to have a nice connection to Aurora. 0.00672 ETH gas fee the new norm for farming 3 Solaris? If yes, good for you. If no, when this will be resolved? So the fee of a single transaction is something around 2 cents, right? It just means that you need to create, in case you're doing some kind of transactions, you probably would like to make these transactions with that are doing the trading with higher amounts of tokens, right? Or that bring you more value than the cost of this transaction. So that's the natural thing. Please assess your transactions and make a decision whether you would like to send these transactions. Allow gas fees to be paid in near as well. Have a faucet to allow users to get at least enough gas to do one transaction to obtain gas on native Aurora. Yes, so we are not going to, in the short term, gas will not be paid in near. It's going to be paid only in ETH, and we are doing the faucet. Okay, faucet again, questions about faucet. People are saying that the transaction costs are higher than on Polygon and Harmony. Okay. Questions about the scalability. Yes, we are addressing this issue. Thanks for taking care of this. We are working towards the increase in the total transaction per second that we are able to deliver. I have deposited ETH or so gas fee. Why can't I still trade? I'm not sure what are you talking about, but in your account in MetaMask or the wallet that you're using, you need to have enough. You need to have more than 0 ETH to be able to send transactions to Aurora. How can I bridge ETH to Aurora network? I don't have ETH in my Aurora wallet now. I can make any transactions. That's a rightful question. In case you're a user of the Near blockchain, you can take any of your assets that are tradable on Near AMMs, and for example, you can trade them into ETH. Please make sure that you're getting ETH, not wrapped ETH, WETH, right? So you need to get ETH from Near AMMs and then use it in the Rainbow Bridge. So you need to go to rainbowbridge.app, and in Rainbow Bridge, you will be able to transfer from your Near account to Aurora account, and the cost of transaction is going to be multiple cents. And it will be done in 5 seconds. That's the most simple way for you to get a little bit of ETH to your account in case you would like to do it before the faucet is released. Alternatively, if you're looking to bridge in more, you are able to do it through the Rainbow Bridge from Ethereum directly. Hey, Alex, appreciate the update. What's the timeline for Etherscan indexers chainlink? It's my understanding that blue chips like Aave and Curve can deploy until those are ready. Thanks. Taike, thanks for the call. Thanks for the question. So Etherscan is in the final stage of the development. So please wait for the announcement pretty soon. I've already seen the beta deployment. Everything works fine. So looking forward for it to be there. Indexers are already there. So the graph integration is live. It is available there. Chainlink integration is in process. There are several other oracles that are allowing the projects to integrate with the Chainlink type interface of the oracle. One of this oracle is Flux. It is operational. It has absolutely the same interface as Chainlink. You are able to use it right here, right now. With regard to the second question, whether it is blocking any blue chips Aave and Curve to deploy. So Aave and Curve are a little bit different stories. So you probably know that Aave is a decentralized protocol at the moment. They have a DAO. So like if you would like to push Aave to deploy on Aurora, then from the Aurora community, we need to create a proposal to the Aave community and help them launch. With regards to Curve, I believe there is no major blocking issues for the Curve itself. Moreover, as we know, Rose, the project on Aurora, is already launched, and they are a fork of Curve. So everything is working in terms of the tech. It's just about the Curve, the company, the brand, to directly come to Aurora. So this is in their domain, and you can give them a gently nudge and ask them to do it in Twitter, for example. But I'm not sure what else we can do in order to give them an ability to come directly with their own brand on Aurora. So everything seems working. They have everything is implemented. All of the additional contracts are there. So it's just up to their decision. Okay, work for work. Thanks for also answering the questions. We're talking days, weeks, or months until return of free gas or option to pay gas with Near. Yeah, as I said, it's about weeks. We've heard that it might be possible to pay fees in the future using different tokens, such as USDC. If this is true, how would you maintain transaction cost parity in USD terms between tokens? It is not. So these potentially can become in the future. This is on the longer term, I can say. It is not directly scheduled for the next half a year, I would say. Any plans to increase the gas limit per contract execution? That's a nice question. So the gas limit per contract execution or per single transaction at the moment in Aurora is lower than in Ethereum, right? And the reason for this is the following. Near blocks, Aurora is a smart contract on Near, right? So Near blocks have a limited size. There is a limited amount of Terra gas, Near Terra gas in these blocks. And actually, this is the only limit that we have in Aurora. There is no artificial limit that Aurora smart contract sets inside of it. And that means that that you're sending the transactions, some kind of transactions that are sent to Aurora, they're failing with the gas limit, and in case these transactions can be fit into a single Near block. As I said, we are working on with Near Core, Near Contract Runtime teams, where we are working on removing this through optimizations of the Near virtual machine and work with storage and additional things, right? So Near becomes more performant, and Near is able to fit more transactions in a single Near block, or like more, let's say, calculations in the single Near block. However, Near has a target of the block time, and this target is 1 second. Near is not getting this off the plate, and they would like to have 1 second block times. And from my point of view, that's pretty crucial to provide a very sleek and very sensible user interface to people, because you probably know this, that interaction with Ethereum from that point of view is suboptimal. You're sending the transaction gets confirmed in 15 seconds at best. And before it is confirmed, if you have your user experience has multiple steps, then you're like a little bit in a limbo. The user doesn't understand what to do. While in case you're working with Aurora and Near, you send in the transaction, it confirms in a couple of seconds. It is much better a user experience there. So closer to answering the question, yes, we are working on increasing the gas limit per single transaction, and we are working with Near team on this. Will the gas be free for the users in future once things stabilize? As I said, not in the public endpoints. Yes, once the personalized tool is going to be rolled out. For those who are paying, will the gas be dynamically calculated? Yes, the gas will depend on the load on the network. What's the question about the translation into Russian? I believe there will be a section. There will be a post in English, and then the Russian Near Guild will be able to translate it into Russian. The question, Alex, how long will Aurora have such low gas fees? Are such low fees sustainable in the long run? It depends, right? Everything depends on the load on the network. So we are not able to to solve this issue with the current setup of Aurora. I would say the space is limited, and this is a fundamental problem. This problem is a problem for any EVM compatible blockchain. Any EVM compatible blockchain that you can think of has limited size of the block, which means that eventually this blockchain is going to be congested. In case you believe that some EVM compatible blockchain is solving the scalability issue forever, then from my point of view, you're fooling yourself, right? So it is not going to be like that because of the fundamental issues that are there or fundamental architectural decisions that are made in the EVM itself. It cannot be run on multiple computers. It even cannot be run on multiple cores in a single computer. Though recently new versions of the multi-core EVMs starting to pop up. So we have a solution, as I said, to this problem. We would be able to provide a scalable EVM environment, and this is a solution that will be there in around half a year or something like that. And I believe this solution will give an ability for the transaction fees to be on a sustainable low level for everyone. Why not make Aurora a gas token? So I already addressed this question. So what we expect for Moonflower and when it will be fixed. So nothing happened with Moonflower. In case you are feeling that you're getting still returns or you getting fun out of playing this game, you still can do it, right? Again, as I said, legit use case and we do not want to censor it. So on our RPC, and it's also pretty important to understand for everyone that even in case we're banning something on our own RPC, it's just because our RPC is run by us, by Aurora Labs, right? And the perks of free transactions, the perks of some kind of additional behavior is our own additional services or like our own additional things that we provide to the users of our RPC, right? But in case you're feeling that you are mistreated, in case you're feeling that something is not working the way how you would like it to work, Aurora is decentralized, right? So Aurora is just a smart contract on your blockchain. You can go to Aurora GitHub, take a code of the Aurora RPC, launch your own RPC, work with it the way that you like, and you will have zero connection to Aurora Labs. You're just going to use our tech that we developed. I believe you would be able to get some kind of other type of experience if you will go that path. But it is there. So we do not have, or like our ideas there. We are following the ideas. We are following the path of Ethereum. We truly believe in the decentralization. We truly believe that the applications that people are using in the blockchain ecosystem, they should be open source. They should be accessible by everyone and auditable by everyone. So please do it, and you would be able to use Moonflower. However, in case you will launch your own RPC, just warning you that your transaction fees are going to be something like X10 in comparison to the current transaction fees that you are able to get through Aurora Labs RPC. We can understand that fees are the part of DeFi, but no announcement and suddenly raising fees is ununderstandable. So hopefully I was able to share with you, Amir, some additional points of view on this. Communication matters. Yes, I'm with you here. That's why we haven't here this AMA, and I'm sharing all of the inputs here. The problem with Moonflower farmers is that people were creating bots to play the game, given it's completely free to play. Some small gas fee per transaction and bot detection will lessen the impact. This is actually what we see right now. So small fees are there, and probably less bots there. Yeah. And Aurora Dev said that users should think, instead of asking why shouldn't you use Aurora as a gas on Aurora, you could also ask, why can I use ETH as a gas on every single EVM? A legit question. So yeah, again, from our point of view, it is a natural thing to use ETH as gas. Very expensive rates. They prevent us from staying as players and getting to know the Aurora network well. It's unfortunate. Sorry, Alexander, you are also able to use many other applications that are already available on Aurora. Well, Aurora can handle simple game, but at the same time wants to copy application from ETH, lol. Okay, Mika, I can tell you that it's not about the game, right? It's not about an ability to handle the game. It's about the common sandbox where everyone are co-located. If you recall, back then, I believe in 2016, it was a game first launched. It was called CryptoKitties on Ethereum. And it cost something like 30% of the load on the network because of it. Everything gets congested. The pool of unconfirmed transactions was growing, and the transaction price was growing also. So, and everybody were pretty pissed off of the situation, right? And the problem there, and it's not the problem. It's just the design. It's just the design of the public blockchains, right? So if the pretty viral game will be launched on Ethereum right now, that will bring more value to the users than the cost of transactions, then these people are going to congest Ethereum, and there is nothing that you can do with it. That's it. It's just the way how public blockchains are architectured. So, so well taken your comment. Thanks for this. It's just the way how things are working. Spam transactions from P2E projects has caused problems with larger ecosystems such as Polygon and Harmony. Yes, yes, that's just the way how things are working. Yeah, I'm going to omit some of the questions because I'm not sure whether I can say this type of words out loud. When zero fees? Weeks from now. Just build on IOTA and stop worrying about fees. Yeah, you can, if everyone are free to choose the blockchain that you're working on. So please do. Zavadil, thanks for the auto confirm. That probably caused this. I do not think that this was actually anything connected with the auto confirm in MetaMask. What's the point of Aurora token? Thanks for the question. Aurora token is the governance token. If you will go to the governance forum, so again, advertising it as much as I can because I believe this is the nice place for all of the community to gather and discuss all of the questions, not only in the times when things are on fire, but in general, you know, during the ordinary times. So the forum.aurora.dev. And there are two topics there about the Aurora token. One is staking of Aurora token. So there is a proposed mechanics of staking of Aurora token that will provide an ability to take part of all of the Aurora token holders in the JET platform. This is a platform for the distribution of the community grants. You probably remember that 20% of Aurora tokens are devoted to this community treasury. So quite a lot of money, actually. So if you're staking Aurora token, you would be able to take part in the distribution of this community treasury. And another piece of the staking that the stakers are going to get is the rewards generated by streams. So I encourage you to take a look into it, and you will see quite a lot of interesting mechanics and interesting things in there. This is the first proposal. It is yet discussed inside of the DAO. The second proposal is about the governance, and it's called the further decentralization of the governance. And the proposal there is that right now DAO has 13 councils, and you probably know all of this, you know, big known companies that are there. But the proposal is actually to create an election type of mechanism where all of the token holders would be able to elect councils, and the councils will serve to the community for the period of 1 year. And then again, these councils are going to be elected once again. So it looks like a little bit like an election of the parliament and in the democratic countries, where everyone are able to vote for the parliament members. So this is something like that. So these two use cases are proposed to the DAO, and they are under discussions there. Each transaction is costing me approximately $2 inconceivable. Xander, I encourage you to take a look into the transactions, the actual fee that you're paying. So you probably have been sending these transactions when the fee was 0.01 Gwei, and the actual cost of the transaction was much, much lower. Again, MetaMask is overestimating right now the cost of the transactions. But after the recent decrease of the gas price, you will see the number that is less than $1. We need big projects on Aurora now are only nexus and scams. Okay, that might be your point of view. For everyone, I can say you can go to aurora.dev/ecosystem and see quite a lot of different projects launched there. Many of them are from the DeFi ecosystem. Many of them are DAOs. Some of them are NFTs. Unfortunately, I cannot say I was not able to use almost all of them, unfortunately. So pretty hard for me to say whether they're scam or not. But pretty sure that many of them are not scams. I bought Aurora exactly for the reason to pay gas fee on Aurora in the future. Is just stupid to suddenly use ETH. So using ETH was always a thing that we have been communicating, right? It was our intent to use ETH as a base token. So please, because of some manual, because of some strange reasons, you've got misled there. Is there any ETA of implemented Etherscan as a block explorer? Current one is buggy. Yeah, Block Scout is not very good. It's suboptimal for sure. So like pretty hard for me to commit to some ETA for the Etherscan, but as I said, it's in the latest stage of the development. The final checks are there. So with a high probability in the following, I don't know, 10 days, Etherscan is going to be deployed. Okay, I'm MFF player, you know, the MFF CEOs or something. Tell them, please, they close the autosave or is hyping because of this game. Don't lose them. Look, you can communicate to MFF community through their Discord. I believe if you will go to their website, there is a link to the Discord, and maybe they can change the mechanics that you're referring to. MFF is going to the moon if you solve the fee problem. So the fee problem is solved. Reap Aurora, this will be the start of the migration out of the network. John, thanks for the feedback. Well taken. Please give the Aurora token a use, such as pay network fees and transactions. Okay, so yeah, it's not planned right now, but as I said, you can go to the forum and propose it. Just for 1 week or all the time? Unfortunately, Mechaverse, I do not understand what you're referring to. Okay, I believe people are talking about the actual the launch of the faucet, right? So faucet is going to be launched tomorrow, right? One day. Okay. When bridge to Polkadot? I'm not working on the like Aurora Labs team is not working on the bridge to Polkadot, unfortunately. So unfortunately, I didn't know. Benefit to people who are working at McDonald's. Sorry, we are not a charity company. Okay. Oh my gosh, quite a lot of comments. Okay, super nice. Oh my gosh! Like, please do not spam the. It's super hard to figure out where are the actual questions. I think gas fees are fine and natural, but I'm concerned how quickly this happened. What would you say to those that comment on how reactive this change was? So, like, as I said, we could have been done better job in communicating this sooner. We have been monitoring the things, right? But unfortunately, we have what we have. Alternatively, we were able to leave the bad user experience, but we decided to have to roll out the solution pretty quick. Again, hopefully the faucet is going to elevate all of the needs, and people are going to be unblocked, and we will be able to either to do whatever they want to do, right? either follow John's statement and go out of Aurora, or continue their work with Aurora. Okay. Hello, Alex. Some time ago you tweeted it is possible to create economy with zero gas fees. So as we see, it is possible, but it would be for 10 transactions per day and hour. Depends on the load. In general, yes. I can tell from my point of view, creating of the economy with zero gas fees is possible. It's just the question of, creative ways of doing it, because, and I can see that, and I can say that Web3 can learn a lot from the Web2 in this regard. So lots of the business models in the Web2 world are about the freemium kind of thing, where you're able to get something for free, and then you are able to get more if you pay. So these things are working. They're working good, especially in mobile gaming and different subscription services. So absolutely insane and crushing business model, very, very natural to human behavior. And I believe Web3 need to learn from it. We as the community in general, the Web3 community, we are dragging here and we are doing a bad job reinventing things, unfortunately, while we actually can take these models that proven good and actually implement it. Okay, what is the Aurora token for? I believe we already answered. Questions about McDonald's. Why does Aurora need a token? Because of the governance, right? So yeah. What is the max number of transactions per second in Aurora now? It depends on the amount of the transactions that are sent. In case these are, just simple transactions, our estimate was, some kind of hundreds of transactions per second, something like that. Okay, issues of the moonflowers and all the stuff. Additional copy paste of the questions. Okay, lots of copy paste. So in case you have any issues with moonflower farmers, please go to their Discord, to their communication channels, and please ask them. We need answers for moonflow farmers. So no, I feel that I commented on all of the issues there, but in case there are some things that are not yet commented on, please ask here or just go directly to their Discord. Do I have to keep Aurora base token? Maybe you decide to use it instead of ETH an hour later. Zoner, thank you very much for the question. Like there is no intention to make Aurora as a base token. I can say that this change is going to be pretty complicated. So I don't think that this is something that can be done within an hour. Why was this fee structure implemented now? What's the plan and future scope with it? The fee structure was always there. It's just our RPC was paying fully 100% of the fees. Now it's paying 90% of the fees, right? So yeah. Do I understand correctly that when count of transactions will increase 300 times, we will receive gas fee the same as in Ethereum? Well, I'm not sure whether your estimation is correct about the amount of the transactions, but the gas fee can go up naturally. Yes, this is correct. Why not increasing sharding to lower the gas fee? Aniket, this is a absolutely great suggestion. and we are working in that direction. The reason why Aurora is built on top of Near blockchain is because Near is the sharded blockchain, which means that it is horizontally scalable. We need to have a substance that will allow Aurora to scale infinitely. That's why we're building Aurora on top of Near, and that's why the ideas of sharding and somehow implementing it for Aurora 2, they are very, very close to us, and we are working in this direction. Digenome, you're claiming that the transactions are 50 to 60 cents. This is just the overestimation of the MetaMask. So in case you will actually send the transaction and you will click on the transaction in the MetaMask and you will open it in the Explorer, you will see that it is showing you the lower fees. Well, actually, you know what? Let me show it to you. Let me show it to you. I'm able to share the screen. Take a look. I've opened just a single application here, or probably let me actually, put it like that, because yeah, I'm not sure whether you're going to see it. So as you can see, I'm right now on the Aurora network. I'm trying to swap a little bit of ETH into, for example, Aurora. Why not? And the Solaris interface shows me to swap it. I'm clicking the swap. You've seen what is the, okay, accepting, confirming the swap. I'm not sure whether you're seeing the MetaMask right now. So let me actually share my whole screen. Now, right now, you're for sure seeing the MetaMask. You're seeing that I'm swapping this thing, and the total amount plus gas is 0.01, and then there are additional digits there. This is the estimated gas fee, right? Max fee is 0 and 3 zeros and then 2. I'm clicking it. I'm clicking confirm, and then if I'm going to click MetaMask, you can see that it is queued. Now it is pending, so it's sent to the network, and now it is done. So I'm clicking here. I'm going to view on the block explorer, and now you can see this transaction is confirmed 24 seconds ago, and you're able to see that the gas price is 0.03 GWh. This is exactly what I was telling to you, and it is, instead of 2 zeros 22 or 3 zeros 22, it is much less, and the transaction cost was around 2 USD cents. So this is something that you should expect for the transactions, for example, on the Solaris. Yeah. So hopefully this is Digenome. This answers your question. Okay, additional questions about Moonflower farmers. How will this new thing to make transactions free for 80% of the users work? What will happen to ETH and to the ETH I have on my MetaMask currently? Nothing will happen. You will have it. It will be available for you, for example, to trade, to deposit somewhere, and stuff like that. The way how it will work is a secret. Can you answer MFF questions? Like, I hope that I was answering this, right? Burak G, sorry, maybe you can copy paste it, but like, yeah. Why you run away from MFF questions? Okay, let me read it once again. I'm MFF player. You know that MFF CEOs or something. Do I know him? I'm in a chat in the Telegram chat with a person from MFF. I actually don't know what is his position. Tell them, please, they closed the autosave Aurora. The autosave. Probably there is a point there. Aurora is hyping because of this game. Don't lose them. So you want me to say to them that they need to update some kind of mechanics there, right? So I believe it's better for you to tell this to them, because I'm not a player. I'm not playing MFF. So I'm like, unfortunately I cannot say to them how to change the behavior of their app. I hope that it is enough. The gas introduction was without any forecast. Why is that? Was there any glitch problem in future? Will the gas be zero? So I hope that I already answered this. How can we play MFF with this fee? Well, this is a market. This is the thing that the market offers, right? People who are using the DeFi is paying more, and they are using it, right? So sorry for that. Also ask question Peter but he's not written. Macoverse, hope I've already answered your questions. Okay, you killed the game who can change the people's life. It's not me. It's not me. It's just the market, right? The conditions are the same absolutely for everyone, right? So this is exactly, Serhat, this is exactly what we didn't do. As I said in the very beginning of the AMA session, we could have, on the level of our RPC, potentially ban the transactions that are going to moonflower farmers. We could have do it, but we were not doing it specifically because of the decentralization, because of the not introducing any censorship to the legit use cases. So I cannot share your point of view here. Sorry. As you tell us on the Twitter, just for MFF, no gas fees, right? I was not telling this, I believe. I'm interested in this project, but if gas is paid in ETH, what's the purpose of Aurora token? As I said, it's the governance token. Hey, Alex, Tim from Chronicle here. Hi, Tim. Just wondering, since you have switched over to paid transactions, have you noticed any positive changes in the network? In general, yes. The amount of the transactions, they're very, very, low amount. Just forget the name of the type of the transactions. Like I can say that probably the amount of automated transactions that are created by the bots that are monitoring and trying to earn some money out of different use cases, it decreased. So this is something that we've seen there. In general, the many users are reporting that the confirmation times is lower right now, which is true. Also, so these, I can tell that these are the positive changes. And yeah, Tim, thanks for coming here. Okay, again, about the gas fees in Near, not in Aurora. So yeah, you speak too fast. Did you drink tomato juice before this? No, just drinking a little bit of tea, Yusuf, sorry. How quickly into the problem did you guys realize something was wrong, and what is being done to ensure that the response time is faster? So we have Elastic Kibana set up to monitor the load. We have, as I said, very, very robust infrastructure and login of everything, and being able to do in-depth analysis of the data that we are getting. The first time when the issue with the lots of transactions coming to Aurora was raised in Saturday. Since then, we were not reacting, as super extremely fast, I would say, to it. But at the moment when we needed to actually do some reaction, it was already Sunday, and more than 10 people from the team have been working on it. So yeah. Thanks for the transparency. Jack, thanks for joining. You don't have small fees, dear Alex, or pay for once account 0.18s. You don't have small fees, dear Alex. Metaverse. I'm not sure that I'm understanding you correctly. Sorry. Maybe you can write to me in Twitter directly. Maybe we can solve your problem there, and it will be just a little bit simpler. What's your future plans about Moonflower, and did you talk anything with Moonflower admins? We do not have any plans about Moonflower, right? So again, Aurora is a permissionless network. Everyone is able to run any application. Moonflower admins, Moonflower community is able to run Moonflower. It is there actually. Some people I believe using it. So like there is nothing that we are doing, that we are that we are blocking, as I said from the very beginning. I support the fees, but right now we pay too much. Metaverse, that's the market. Is there a precise time when Aurora transactions become free again? It is, but it is not public. Burak G, I'm not satisfied with answers. Sorry. Renaissance Labs, thanks for the clear explanations. Great build on Aurora. Glad that you're enjoying it. Hope you will have lots of good time. Mitra Fund says, hey, I must say, Chubb, your timing for this royalty screw, the ability to benefit from the best pump in months, charging ETH as opposed to near or local token was also rather interesting. Okay, thanks for the feedback. I need some ETH to swap. Anyone can help me. 4IR Lab, you can make use of the faucet that is going to be launched tomorrow. You would be able to get a little bit of ETH, and then you would be able to do whatever you want to do. What are the current benefits of staying on Aurora after this temporary change? Like the ecosystem of Aurora, like if you are using any of the applications that are running here, probably this can be beneficial for you. Please, I'll give you back when I swap it. Okay, yeah. Etherscan, huge. Yeah, Tim, it's going to be super soon. Okay. Thanks for all of the answers. Okay. Which bridges are currently in the works? So by our team, the only bridge that is in the works is BSC bridge, but we would love to deliver it to the community, to the Aurora community, with the good user experience. And in order to do it, we're still some time away from launching it. The tech is mostly developed. It is about, again, the user experience. So we're trying to understand how to make it work seamless to the users, right? Because we do not want you to, because the problem is the problem in the so-called consistency of the tokens. So imagine that you have, I don't know, USDC, and you're bridging it from Ethereum or from Binance Smart Chain, and you have two different assets on Aurora and on Near, and now you cannot convert one into another, and that will create a suboptimal experience, and also splitting the liquidity. So this is not very simple. I was given a talk on the Near conference about it. You probably can check it out in the YouTube. So problem is big. We are still trying to solve it. Alex, can you lend me some ETH? I have to harvest the field. Just write me in Twitter. How long will team be able to bankroll the fees? John Smith. John, thanks for the question. So just recently, Aurora DAO has launched the Aurora validator for Near blockchain. This validator is earning Near for actually paying for these transactions, or for paying for the majority of the transaction costs. Obviously, we were not able to cover all of the transactions when the Aurora is fully occupied. It is not, the validator is not generating that much of Near. But in case the load is not going to be insane, or for example, in case the load is going to be pretty high, but more users are going to delegate to Aurora validator, then we will be able to pay for the transactions. Actually, you know, again, obviously do your own research, but Aurora validator, you can have a read about Aurora validator on the aurora.dev website. You will see there that there are quite a lot of new innovations happening there. This is not an ordinary Near validator. How about an ETH airdrop not to look like you have taken user funds hostage? For smaller user, extra bridge operations may not be viable. So Mitra Fun, you're going to have a little bit of ETH from the faucet. Sir Alex, 1 moon, not sure. I don't have any ETH. What can I do to at least claim some rewards, the swap and all of this stuff? So Andre, tomorrow we will have a faucet and you will be able to claim a little bit of ETH. Let's say I make a wallet on MetaMask and MetaMask generates a seed phrase. If MetaMask makes the same seed phrase for someone else, then it will be unsafe. So what MetaMask to do to secure it? They are naturally using good sources of randomness. So the probability of 2 people getting the same seed phrase is extremely low. And in case this will happen, actually, like the problems of the consequences are going to be much worse than just somebody getting your money. Sure, Aniket, no problem. Is it possible that Aurora will have a few shards on Near? Yes. Why wasn't there a vote regarding the gas amount? Alex, nice question. Thank you very much for this. Aurora RPC is a free RPC. Anyone can run an RPC. Aurora Labs, a company, the development company that does the development of the Aurora protocol, is hosting just one particular RPC. This RPC is provided by a centralized company. So that's why we do not need to have a vote of the DAO on this. It's up to the decision of the Aurora Labs. Yeah, thanks for the interest in AMA. Mika, thank you for joining. I think the gas fees are fine and natural, but I'm concerned how quickly this happened. I believe we already answered this. How do you determine what is a bot? Is it still decentralized if Aurora devs can unilaterally remove things by calling it bots? Calvin, hi again. Thanks for the question. So Aurora devs are not removing anything from the Aurora chain, right, or the Aurora network. Aurora smart contract is a smart contract. Is a smart contract on the Near blockchain, and we are incapable of changing anything like that, from there, right? But the thing that we are blocking, in case, for example, our website is under the attack, lots of the requests are going there, then we are blocking people by IPs. In case somebody is sending lots of the transactions to our RPC servers, we are also blocking it. And actually, it's not us, it's Cloudflare who is doing the block for us. So even this thing is not fully in our control, I would say. Which is good. So this is a natural protection, right? It's not something like we are censoring things, and like we are censoring our own servers. We're protecting our own servers, and I hope that this is pretty understandable. However, Calvin, you are able to take the code of the RPC, run your own RPC, work with it the way you like to work with it, send any amount of transactions, pay for these transactions near fees. And as I said, they're going to be something like X10 in comparison to the fees that you're getting from the Aurora Labs RPC. And yeah, you can go on with this absolutely fully transparent, fully trustless, fully open, and you can do. Hi, this is CryptoMe from Telegram. Want to ask what's the reason of sudden raise in gas fee? The announcement said there will be free transaction for low load usage. What does that mean? I fortunately cannot share more about this, but in the following weeks, you will see the new release of the new things. The fee seems to be higher than the native near transaction. Is that right? No, that's incorrect. When will this be fixed? And are you the CEO? I'm the CEO of the Aurora Labs, the development company who is developing Aurora. So the gateway changed from 0.1 to 0.03, correct. Is it possible to have fees paid in stablecoin like Luna doing with USD? Potentially, yes, Suncat, but it is not in the it's not in the near. It's not going to be implemented in the near term. You said you could have shut down transactions for MFF, but choose not to do it in the interest of decentralization. What is stopping Aurora from blocking transactions in the future besides trust? Nothing. So BC0, as I said, hopefully I was able to convey to you the message that that the RPC that is provided by Aurora, absolutely the same way, like it is a centralized solution, right? What makes blockchain decentralized is the thing that anyone is able to run your own RPC. People just not thinking about the fact that Infura can shut down your account, cannot provide the RPC access to your MetaMask, to your particular MetaMask that you are using right now. But it can happen, right? Because Infura is a centralized company. They need to think about protection of their servers in case you are misusing them. They need to think about in general, or maybe, for example, who knows, maybe tomorrow consensus is going to get bankrupted, right? Everything can happen. Then Infura servers will be just closed and your MetaMask will stop working. That's the thing. But Ethereum is not going to stop working because it is decentralized. And the next day you would be able to run your own Ethereum node. And you would be able to work with it, send the transactions, and connect your MetaMask to your own Ethereum node. And this is the beauty of the blockchain. This is the decentralization. And this is absolutely the same thing that happens in any blockchain network. You can go to any other network. There is a provider of the RPC. And this provider is a single company that can do with your transactions anything that they want to do. MFF is not, it doesn't have Discord or Telegram or something. We can ask them this question. Really? I believe if you can go to their website, there is just direct link to the Discord that they're using. Is it possible to have fees paid in stablecoin? Yeah, okay, we already answered this. My last question is fees going to be zero tomorrow, right? No. But by which time, dear Alex? No, Macaverse, sorry, you probably misheard me. The fees are not going to be zero. There will be a faucet tomorrow, and you will be able to claim a little bit of ETH for the transactions. Hi, Alex, any updates on the concerns with near decentralization issues regarding Aurora Validator, given relatively big rewards? Shifo, thanks for this question. I didn't have any concerns about the near decentralization, actually. So from my point of view, again, the way how the validators are operating in the near blockchain right now is pretty decentralized. People can launch their own validators. People can do whatever they want to do. This is the free market. This is the thing that the free economy is given to us. So from that point of view, I think that it is extremely good. It is extremely good. Now, the decentralization and the need to have more validators out there is the problem. Again, as I was already saying in the blog post, is the thing that Near Foundation needs to take care of, right? In case you believe that we need to have in the Near blockchain something more than 6 validators that are able to hold the network at the moment, then you need to go to the Near Foundation and raise this concern to them, right? Because they probably need to take care of the development of the decentralized governance, and they need to help the network go in this direction, right? How they can do it? They can delegate their own Near to the smaller validators, right? This is what they need to do. However, it's not only Near Foundation, right? It's also other validators that need to compete, right? If we have Astro stakers, staked validators, these multiple validators that are getting all of the Near delegated to them, well, probably there is a reason why this is happening, why others are not competing with them, right? So it's our main driver there should be Near Foundation. However, we also need to take care of the decentralization as the community. Aurora validator needs and wants to have a large stake of Near delegated to it, because Aurora DAO uses these earnings to pay for the transactions of the users of Aurora. That's the only use of this one. You answer our communication question with patience. We are a Turkish community on crypto market, and we support P2E games. We're behind on Aurora. Metaverse, thank you very much. So, well, cool. I'm glad that Turkish people are joining us. Are there any DeFi announcements in the making soon, Yusuf? As usually on Fridays, we have Alpha Leaks, and we are doing the announcements at that moment in time. So yeah, join the next Friday. There will be lots of additional announcements. They are taken up. Please, can you pronounce G at the end of words instead of ending with N? What do you mean? Ending? Sorry, that's the way how things are pronounced. No. Please give us time for fees going to be zero again on tomorrow. So Fikret, you would be able to get a little bit of F and to be able to cover your transaction costs. What time will the gas be removed? The gas fees will not be removed, Shako, sorry. Please give us time for fees going to be zero again on tomorrow. The fees are not going to go to zero, sorry. The faucet is going to be launched. Please monitor my Twitter and you would be able to see the announcement. Okay, Mechaverse is not seeing the link, right? So let's do it. Let's do it. I'm going to share my screen once again. Let's try to find it, right? So, so the Moon Farmers, no, Moonflower Farmers. Let's Google it. Moonflower Farmers. No, it's not it. It's something different. Near or Aurora. My gosh. Okay, and there is some kind of YouTube video. So super cool to see it. Yeah, moonflowerfarmers.com. Cool. About. Clicking about. Welcome. Okay. Security, gameplay, roadmap. Okay. So maybe they actually do not have, if I hit play, okay, they're setting that I need to connect. Okay, there is a supply, something. Yeah, maybe they don't have. So I'm sorry for misleading you with the with the with the actual with the link. So maybe there is a maybe they change it, or like maybe somebody is in the chat who is doing it, right? And maybe you know this the thing, but sorry, yeah, unfortunately cannot find it. Okay. Yeah, so we cannot, yeah. More smile, dear Alex. We have clean face. You're a good man. Thanks. Why is MetaMask showing 30x higher fees than 2 cents? John, that's the issue. We are working on this, right? The MetaMask is overestimating right now. And the reason why it is overestimating is the following. There is a specific RPC endpoint. It is called estimate gas. In case MetaMask calls this RPC endpoint and it asks for the RPC to estimate what is the amount of gas this particular transaction is going to use. And then the RPC returns the number of gas. This number MetaMask is put in there as a limit for the amount of gas used by the transaction. At the moment, this endpoint is returning constant value. And this is happening on all of the chains, to my best knowledge, that are not fork of Geth. So Geth has some very deep, in-depth heuristics how to calculate the actual price of the execution. So Aurora is not a fork of Geth. So right now, for us, it was the most simple way how to return the value would be to put a constant there, a constant that will work for everybody. So this constant at the moment is something like 6.7 million. And because of this, it is super high. While for the ordinary swaps on Uniswap style AMMs, for example, it takes only 180,000. And that's why MetaMask and all of the other wallets are overestimating the things. So that's the problem. We have a solution to it. It is a pretty complicated one. So we are going in that direction, and things are going to become. And we are going. I believe we would be able to provide the most accurate estimation of the gas consumption, but this is a little bit down the road. So right now, MetaMask is showing 30x higher fees. So yeah. Unfortunately, it will not be fixed in the short term. I get what you're saying, definitely, and it's more of a near problem, but as Aurora is a SC on near, we also need to care of its decentralization. Do you think a soft cap system like Aave would work? Potentially, yes. Shifo, maybe, right? But it depends, obviously, on the changes implemented in the near protocol. Haha, you're the best man, Alex. Alex, you're really the best. Must see you on CZ in place. Okay. It's Cam Slow Rugby, Emre. Okay, like, thanks for the feedback. One day, if you create a P2E games, support you on all my hard videos and live stream, Alex. We're waiting, haha. Mechaverse. I'm on all of the games that I like. I believe player to environment is the best thing that I like. Actually, my a little bit of the advertisements. My favorite game is called The Long Dark. This is a survival game, pretty good one. And this is mostly about player to environment mechanics. So big shout out to the Canadian developers that are working on this game. So That's it. I believe all of the questions were addressed. In case you or any of your friends have an additional questions, please refer to my Twitter. This will be the primary contact for me, their public contact, and then we will be able to address the questions publicly, and this will be the open conversation. Again, we're pretty open. We would like to give the answers to all of your questions. Hope you were not super stressed out by the changes. Again, starting tomorrow, the faucet is going to be live, and you will be able to get a little bit of ETH, and you will be unblocked. You will be, as John said, you would be able to make a tremendous exodus from from Aurora if you want. But if not, and I hope this will be the case, you would be able to continue your operations on the Aurora network. Yeah, and people are again commenting. So thanks for everybody. Thanks to everybody for joining this AMA session. Hope you will feel better right now. Have a great evening or have a great night, and we'll see each other the next Friday on the Alpha Leaks right here in this YouTube channel. Goodbye.